Them's the one you don't fuck with, them double muzzle. Because them motherfuckers can't wait to get to Allah.
Detroit News, Tuesday, November 22nd, 1932. Leader of cult called insane. Inspector discredits Slayer's story of planning death of officials. Assertions by Robert Harris, member of the Order of Islam, a Negro religious organization who has confessed he killed another Negro in a sacrificial rite, that he had planned to slay Mayor Murphy, 2 judges, and a public welfare worker, were discounted today by Inspector John I. Navarre, head of the homicide squad, as the ravings of an insane man. Navarre said that while Harris had mentioned Mayor Murphy, Judge Edward J. Jeffries, and Judge Arthur E. Gordon by name, it was ascertained that Harris had never seen any of his intended victims. Harris amplified his list today, Navarre said, by adding the names of King George and J.P. Morgan. Navarre questioned Edward Harris, a brother of 2729 Clinton Street. Edward Harris said he was also a member of the Order of Islam, which has a temple at 3408 Hastings Street. He told Navarre that he and other members of the order regarded Robert as being demented and paid no attention to him. He said Robert had no standing in the order and was not a leader. Wife was afraid. Navarre said Robert Harris's wife also held on murder charges as a result of the killing of James J. Smith Sunday in the Harris home at 1429 Du Bois Street, told him she believed her husband to be insane and had been afraid of him for some time. It was possible, Navarre said, that Harris may have had evil intentions towards a welfare worker, Miss Gladys Smith, 5718 Lawton Avenue, who first investigated Harris's application for aid from the welfare department, said she had found him a meek, humble client. Harris did not mention Smith's name, Navarre said. Harris's wife told Navarre that several times Harris threatened to cut off her head and also to kill their 2 children, Ruby, 9 years old, and Araby, 12. Harris asked for aid when he was evicted from a house on Clinton Street in 1930, Miss Smith said. He and his wife then moved into a small house on Monroe Avenue. I talked with them, Miss Smith said, and sent the family to live with another welfare client on Mullet Street, where they stayed all winter, the welfare department paying the rent. We gave them 2 meal tickets a day, and later they received grocery, clothing, and coal orders. Harris impressed me as being a carefree, stolid, humble, and meek man who seemed to be satisfied with anything that was done for him and his family. Others had trouble. Later, in 1931, however, I heard that other welfare workers were having trouble with Harris. He had become talkative and argumentative. He was demanding that things be done for him. 2 workers, Miss Adelie Ivy and Miss Halen Heddens, had taken the case, and they found Harris not easy to get along with. Later, the department found that Harris had not qualified as a resident and was not entitled to aid. It seems he had been living with a brother in Inkster, and he was not a legal resident. When it was found, he belonged to the South. Transportation was provided for him, and when he refused to accept it, he was cut off the welfare last July. Harris never threatened me. He seemed a stupid fellow, but the other workers said he changed suddenly. Although Inspector Navarre says that he is reasonably convinced that Harris was not involved in the slaying of Beni Evangelista, his wife, and 4 children in 1929, Harris was to be questioned again today. The prisoner struggled furiously when efforts were made to take his fingerprints, but the prints did not check with the one obtained at the Evangelista home. Sanity hearing. The police said Harris would be given a psychopathic examination after his arraignment on a charge of killing Smith. Lieutenant John Hoffman of the Special Investigation Squad said Harris is a member of the same cult to which Henry James Moaning, also known as Ahmed Ullah and Aham Abdullah, Mississippi-born Negro, belonged. Moaning was arrested last November after he sent a number of threatening letters to Mayor Murphy. Moaning was adjudged insane in probate court and sent to Eloise. Detroit Negroes, Lieutenant Hoffman said, were being organized as Mohammedans by a man who told them they were of Turkish origin and charged them fees for their Turkish names.